Explain this shit to me, buddy.
It's garbage. Like,
okay.
So I came from the good Call of Duty era, like Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2. We don't talk about Call of Duty 3. Call of Duty 1's expansion pack. There's a lot of...
so you're from the Big Red 1 era of Call of Duty?
I don't know that terminology, but yeah, sure.
Big Red 1 was one of the earlier Call of Duties. I think it was a spin-off from 2.
A spin-off from what?
Call of Duty 2.
You're talking about Halo being a spin-off from 2.
No, fuck off. I'm going to actually Google this for you.
Okay, yeah, because I'm talking about, when I say Call of Duty 1, I'm talking about 1, the original one that came out in, like, 03.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I was talking about Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1. The fucking...
Well, I don't know what you mean about, like, Call of Duty 2 being a spin-off of...
No, so when I said the Big Red 1... Okay, I see what it was. I was thinking that Big Red 1 was a spin-off of COD 2, but no, it just is COD 2. Oh, no, it is a spin-off, yeah. It's a side story from Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 2 was released on the PC and Xbox 360, but Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 was released on the GameCube and PlayStation and original Xbox because they couldn't handle that stuff. But yeah, it's a spin-off game from Call of Duty 2.
I didn't have Xbox, I didn't have PlayStation. I had GameCube, but also I was gearing up to go to the military at that point. So, I'm pretty sure, I see 2005, November 2005, I was about a year out from leaving to the military.
Yeah.
So I was more interested purely in Guild Wars 1 at that point before leaving for the military. Okay, no, I just never heard Big Red 1. I thought it was some type of, like, insider joke or something.
No.
Okay, all right, yeah. So anyways, yeah, Halo, to me, the story of it was like, you get a group of like 15-year-olds together and you go, write me a fascist sci-fi space epic storyline, go. And that's kind of what it felt to me. I mean, the story was not engaging to me.
So I can understand the story not being engaging, but I wouldn't say that, like, you personally not being engaged with the story means that it's garbage. Because, like, that is one of those games, not to do the, ad populum fallacy, but that is one of those games where its narrative value, its story, is one of the things that is very, very commonly cited as one of its strongest points. To the point where when the Paramount version of that story came out over on, Paramount Plus, it was made fun of a fuck ton because of how much shit it got wrong.
I never delved into any of the extended media. I could care less about that stuff. For most things. Halo specifically, I could care less about it, mainly because the video games didn't hook me, so I didn't feel compelled to give them any additional money.
Okay.
I actually got the
video games didn't compel you so much you got 100% of the achievements in the video game.
Bro, I sit on my ass all day. Like, I mean, it'd be different if I had a job. Then yeah, we could talk about, like, why did you 100% a job, or why did you 100% a game when you work 60 hours a week? But no, I'm at home all day. When the kids are at school, I ain't got shit else to do.
I mean, I'm still gonna make fun of you for it, but
that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Okay, cool. Thus has been our dynamic for 6 years?
Yeah, something like that.
An amount of time. So, when you said, like, get a bunch of 15-year-olds to write me a fascist story, what do you mean by that? Now, granted, I will say, I understand that the UNSC, the, quote, good guys of Halo, I understand they are fascists, because that is made very clear in the extended media.
Well, that's what I was talking about. I'm not saying, like, anything about the story is trying to tell all the people to play it that, hey, fascism is good. I'm just saying, like, the main protagonists are fascist.
Yeah, they are, 100%. So, yeah. Well, let me rephrase. Sorry. the UNSC is fascist, but the UNSC is not the main protagonist of Halo, because Halo is almost always told from the perspective of the people on the ground who are just having to deal with being in that society. Like, the Spartan program exists because they are a fascist society. John begins in every possible way, shape, and form as a tool more than he does as a person.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, from Halo 1. I know that some things change over time between 2 and 3 and Reach and all the other ones, but I'm talking about, like, the initial seed of the tree was, like, fascist space epic.
I mean, that is from Halo 1. So during the development of Halo 1, the book The Fall of Reach was commissioned, and it actually came out 2 weeks before Halo 1 did. And The Fall of Reach is where we get all of the information that the UNSC is a fascist, like, global empire, to the point where anybody that does not want to be part of the UNSC just gets eliminated. It's how we learn about the origins of the Spartan program, and those origins really haven't changed with any extra media in the games or otherwise. To the point where when Halo 4 was coming out, we got the first few chapters of the book animated as a TV show that was pretty fucking awful, because it looked like it was rendered on a PS2 in the ripe old age of, like, 2016.
I mean, I may be doing some, like, post-hoc ergo propter hoc, where I have inside information from 2, 3, Reach, 7, 14, all the other ones, and applying that information, that video game lore, to the first one. But I can't help but, like, when I play Halo Combat Evolved,
Yeah.
I can't help but see the elements of the, I mean, they may be saplings, they may not be full-fledged tree, but I can't help but see the trappings of the fascist, ideology's not the right word here, but you know what I mean.
I mean, I'm saying of course they would be there because the book that was written during the same time as the game's development to expand on the story made no small bones about them being a fascist empire. Again, the Spartan program was literally made to put down human insurgency groups that did not want to be part of the UNSC. And the story for Halo is a story of, hey, fascism may be bad or good. Like, within the context of Halo, fascism may be bad or good, but given the events of the story, the argument basically is we don't really have much of a choice, because when your options are fascist empire versus getting every single planet you have blasted by the Covenant, you take the lesser of two evils. And it's one of the reasons why, like, the only characters that are apologetic, when I say apologetic, I'm meaning, like, characters that you are obviously meant to feel sympathy for, in that story are generally the troops on the ground. It's never... Whenever, like, the UNSC at large is shown, they're fucking assholes. They are terrible, they are evil. Necessary evil or not, they are. That's shown in the books, that's shown damn near everywhere. When you get to ONI, same thing. They are constantly shown as terrible fucking people who do not need to have the positions of power they do. And Dr. Halsey, who's the person who made the Spartan program, as necessary as it may have been, technically, it wasn't really necessary at the time, because they, again, made it for insurgency. So it was a fascist empire doing a fascist thing, and then it turned out that it was necessary for survival when the Covenant got involved. But, like, even Dr. Halsey is, I want to say, is damn near never portrayed as a good person. Basically ever. To the point where her AI, Cortana, just became the villain of the franchise for a game before, you know, 343 realized nobody liked that storyline.
Retcon.
It was more that it wasn't a retcon. They didn't actually retcon it. They just the game
That's
that
not how it felt to me.
But they never did. So like in Halo 5 or in Halo 4, we see that Cortana goes rampant and she starts like acting like Halsey without empathy during her rampancy, which is pretty. It's a good way to show like here's a bad way to operate. Here's a terrible person. In Halo 5, they tried to basically show that, hey, the villain that we're setting up for the next game is going to be Cortana. Cortana is our villain, and as they were setting it up, we instead got a time skip. They didn't retcon anything, because when you get to Halo Infinite, instead of retconning it, they just push the story forward a few years, and then let you see through audio logs, basically, everything that went on in Cortana's mind, like the few times that she had her sanity back during all of those events, or even the times where she didn't have her sanity back and was just being evil, so that like in Infinite, when you get the Weapon, who is a clone of Cortana, her big concern at the end of the game is, no, Chief, you should fucking kill me. One day I might turn into that thing. If she turned into that thing, I'm gonna turn into that thing. Like, it didn't retcon it. It made it a very central part. It just didn't make us play through that story because people weren't really jiving with it in the build-up. So they scrapped that story, pushed ahead as if that story happened in the background, and then let you play through the aftermath instead.
Tactical retcon.
Kind of like how in Star Wars we know that there was a droid uprising, which is why fucking the restrainer bolts exist. Like, we know that those are a thing, and droids get their memories wiped because of that uprising, but we don't really see that ever. We don't see the uprising play out at any point during the story, except for that one robot in Solo that couldn't shut up about the robot uprising.
Oh, I've not watched anything past the original 6.
I like how it's been long enough that we can say the original 6 instead of the original 3.
Well, you know, we're old.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.